I got a real quick message. A real quick message. My message is if people around you, if they have money or they have something, they have a resource um, that you need, that you're asking for, and those people who have made it clearly obvious that they have the money or the resources that you need, and you've asked them and you've presented why you're asking them and what you're going to do with those resources, and you come to them with a plan and they don't invest and you know they have, it's because secretly they don't know how to reacquire what they have right now. Meaning the success and the money that they have and the wealth that they have and everything that they've achieved, they're scared to give that away to you without a guarantee because they don't know how to duplicate their success. They don't know how to reacquire that money, how to make that money back. They don't know. They don't have a plan or a system for that. They simply just worked their lives and they've acquired what they have. And that's all they have to show for everything they've done. So they're very scared to give any of that away to you, even if you're the younger generation, even if they're supposed to be investing in you, because they don't know how to reacquire that money. They're not going to give it away because they're not confident that they can maintain their position. So, does that make them successful? Obviously not. But they're not failures. What it makes them is it makes them mediocre. They're mediocre because they lack the confidence, skill, and ability to reacquire what they have. They can't start completely over from scratch and be able to do the same thing that they have now. That means that their success is actually fake. It's not authentic. It's flawed. It's fragmented. It was a guess. It was a leap of faith. It was a chance. Real entrepreneurs create their success intentionally. They plan for it and they track their process and they refine their process so that they can continue to duplicate the same success over and over again. The most successful people on the planet, if they gave 100% of their wealth away, that wealth would come back to them because they already own everything, because they spent time laying the systems down. And even if they're not owners and they have wealth and they gave everything away, they'd know how to reacquire that money back in a very short amount of time because they spent the time building the key essential relationships required for that success to exist. Generational wealth is generational health. It's generational relationships. The wealth and the health that you have access to is access through your network of people who you know, who knows you, who has access to you, who you have access to. It's the people around you that determine your success, as well as like what you give to the people around you. So it's like a mutual effort, but it takes the right environment. The wealth is in the relationships. The wealth is in the relationships because when you have those essential relationships around you, you have supportive networks. You have supportive relationships who are contributing to you and your success and your come up. That's the wealth. That's what family is. That's what military is. That's what organization is. That's what sustains success and allows us to make progress in life. But going back to if people who are involved in your life, or if you approach people who have and they don't want to give, and they make you out to be an enemy for making an ask, then those people are not successful because they don't know how to, they're not abundant. They don't know how to replace or teach you how they got what they can't even teach you how they got what they have. And they can't even replace what they have because they don't even know how they got it. They're using somebody else's system, somebody else's design. And they just went along with it, jumped through whatever hurdles and fires they had to go through. Now they have what they have. And now they're like, well, I'm done. I got mine. You go get yours. You go fend for yourself. I had to start from the bottom. You go start from the bottom. That's not what successful families do, right? There's success, there's failure, and then in between you have mediocrity. Most people are at that mediocrity level. Meanwhile, who you have a knowledge gap, you have a need gap, but you're sewing your knowledge gaps and your need gaps together. You are you are creating and inventing the type of self-image you want to have. You're bettering yourself in as many ways as possible. You're an entrepreneur. Um, you are failing. Let me define what failure is. Failure is a temporary state of performance underneath your true potential. So as long as you're failing, you're just temporarily performing underneath your true potential. You're trying to become successful. And most successful people, when they want to create new companies, they go back into the failure stage. Or when they want to reinvent or repurpose their company, they go back into the failure stage. They go back into temporarily performing underneath their true potential so that it can rise higher in success. But that mediocrity level is something they never fucking settle for. Mediocrity and being mediocre is being plain, not being successful, not having wealth, not having resources, not striving for wealth, having a broke mindset, a broke mentality, a poverty mindset. That's mediocrity. That's where most of the human population is living their lives at on a daily basis. So, um, that's the game, for today. I mean, we don't really have to get too much deeper into it. It's just like, yo, there's nothing wrong with failure. Failure is just a temporary state of performance underneath your true potential. Mediocrity is that shit where most people, that's like a purgatory, right? Success is heaven, failure is hell. Mediocrity is that purgatory. Don't be in purgatory. Sometimes you got to go through hell to get to heaven. You know what I'm saying? But we demonize hell. Hell is not bad. Hell is not a negative place to be. It's a negative place to stay. You don't want to stay there for too long. You know what I'm saying? You want to rise. Eventually, you want to reach heaven. That's the whole goal. But you have to recognize what hell is. Hell is failure. Hell is temporary. It's a temporary state of performance underneath your true potential. So you know your potential is up here, and you know you're gonna get there and maximize the potential when you're in heaven. But you're not gonna settle for mediocrity or purgatory, right? Life is kind of like a forest. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go in the forest, and then once you reach that halfway point, now you're moving out of the forest. But once you get out of the forest, you still got that forest on you. You know what I'm saying? If you spent 10 years in the forest, you know what I'm saying? That, and you made it halfway through the forest in 5 years, you know what I'm saying? And the next 5 years went by, now you're finally out the forest. So you spent 10 years in the forest. Well, the next 2, 3 years, you're still going to have that little forest on you. You ain't fully out the forest yet in your mind because you're still in that experience. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that's what happens. Um, when people make it out this shit, they still keep some of that street shit with them. But we ain't gonna go too deep there. Just gonna spit that game, drop that game, and what I'm saying, we're gonna keep it lit. We're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna just keep giving this value. You know what I'm saying? And if one person benefits from this, you know what I'm saying, then I did my job. You know what I'm saying? I fulfilled my purpose. And so shout out to that one dude, you know what I'm saying, or that one gal, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to y'all, you know what I'm saying. If one man and one woman benefits from this information, I did my thing today. You feel me? So some days you're gonna have more energy than most, you know what I'm saying. But all days you got life, you know what I'm saying. And sometimes, you know, sometimes it might just be you gotta lay in the bed all fucking day and just figure it out in your mind, because thought is the birthplace of action, right? So it becomes thought, then feeling, then words, and then you make a decision, and then you act. So right before an action takes place, a decision is made. But your decisions are no better than your thoughts. So sometimes you just gotta lay in bed all day and kind of just realign your thoughts about what the best plan of action is. You got to keep doing that. And that is a process. It's habitual because this shit ain't overnight. And when you become the successful person that you're destined to be, you know what I'm saying? You have that compounded interest of knowledge and that thoughts that you build up over time. So your habits are indestructible. And nobody can't fuck with you. Nobody can't throw you off. But you want to make sure you have the right positive habits and you're doing it from a place of purpose, sincere mission, sincere vision. Purpose is why you exist. Mission is what you're here to do, what you do, why you do it, and whose needs you're here to meet. And your vision is your goals and your aspirations, the kind of things that you want out of life, material success and other successes. So you got purpose, mission, and vision. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you stick to that, you're going to be all right. If you want to take it further than that, create a business, well, you got to take that purpose, mission, and vision, and you got to become a leader of that purpose, mission, and vision. Once you become a leader, you can attract a team. The team's going to build your organization for you. That organization is going to build your business. That business is going to create progress for you and for everybody around you in the world. So that's the formula. You know what I'm saying? Before you start a business, you got to plan it, you got to build it, and then you start it, and then you improve it, and you win at it. And that's the game. You feel me? So that's the game for today. I'm signing off. And stay strong out there. Keep it 100, keep it 1,000, and keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real with yourself, and don't let nobody fuck over your truth or deny you your entitlement to speak your truth. You're entitled to your truth. You know what I'm saying? You got an ego. Let that motherfucker shine. If you know you're worth, 500,000 on a motherfucking bad day, you know you're worth that. You know what I'm saying? Charge your motherfucking worth, because there's somebody out there that is willing and able to pay that. You just gotta stay strong, and you gotta stay at it, and you gotta refine your process, and you gotta become a closer. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring things to a conclusion, and you gotta walk away from outcomes that that don't show a high interest, that don't have your highest interest in heart. If you're feeling like people are fucking you over, most likely, they are. So, you be respectful, you just give them their space, but you don't allow them any access to you, under those conditions, unless they're willing to show and demonstrate that they value your values. You know what I'm saying? By acting in cooperation with what you need to have done in order for people to participate in your life. You got to treat your life like a business. Anybody can't just walk up in there. You feel me? Anybody can't just be an employee of your business and take a paycheck from you, of your time and attention. You got to really filter this shit, you know what I'm saying, and take it seriously. Because this shit is war. Life is war. Business is war. It's all the motherfucking same. You know what I'm saying? Every individual, they got their own war going on. Every business has their own war. But you make yourself a fucking lethal fucking weapon, and you give yourself a blueprint to get these motherfucking M's when you understand warfare, the art of warfare. You know what I'm saying? And you got to know how to easily identify yourself as an ally to those who you want to ally with, and easily, let your enemies know not to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the game for the day. You know what I'm saying? We ran past the time mark a little bit, but that's the game for the day. I got to get out of here. All right, signing off.